Monday morning. It's time for another stream. It's time to learn something about design. This is Armchair Safari, the daily design stream where we look at some design we found online and try to become better designers by figuring out what is good about this, what should we copy, what is bad about this, what could we improve, and does this work for the end user? And I'm wearing a turtleneck today, so this is going to be a great episode. Anyway, let's jump in. If you want to follow along, by the way, if you have any opinions, there's a chat somewhere around here, and the original design by Olexer can be found in the description or in the next post, depending on where you see this. So today we're looking at this freaking amazing design example by Olexer. Okay, so sorry, I don't speak any Slavic languages, so this is going to be me completely butchering a Slavic language. So Alexander Prioto. Let me know. Anyway, so this has already gotten 30,000 views, so you might have already seen this. It's pretty damn awesome. There's 4 cards doing different animations. The first one is a custom repeating event, and it's just freaking smooth and slick. The second one is, I don't know what this is. This is an alert box, but the text makes no sense. Absolutely love the closing of the alert box though. A swipe to close is a really interesting thing. The third one is a shifting calendar view in sync with the repeating calendar thingy. I love that the animations are in sync throughout these examples. It makes it feel so incredibly vivid, and you just kind of want to jump in. But in general, I just love this animation at all. Like it's doing so much stuff to help you guide your attention. It's really nice. And the fourth one is a wizard or to-do list, which also looks absolutely freaking awesome. And how it backs up is really freaking interesting. So let's do what we usually do when we look at animations. Let's pump down the playback speed to half, and let's have a look. So what does the first card do? So you flip the switch. That makes a lot of sense. It's green or it's gray. It makes a lot of sense. And everything else becomes clickable or not, if it's on or if it's off. Really interesting how you slide days up and down. That makes no sense to me. Maybe this is like supposed to be an indication of if there's time available or not. I'm not quite sure. It's a beautiful little widget. I love these custom repeating widgets and custom repeating views because they're so incredibly weird. It's such a complicated thing to input in structured data, but it's so incredibly easy to say, let's just do it every other Wednesday, you know? And then when you try to actually formalize it, it's so damn hard. So I love these little things, and I love the effect of this. That is very good. What is bad about it is I don't understand this bottom part at all. I have no clue what's going on here. The animation looks absolutely beautiful, but I do not see the point. I don't know why some of these have a white background card and some of them are grayed out. Absolutely no clue. That might be due to the lack of context. There might be context here that we just don't have. That's quite possible. It's also quite likely that Alexander is just playing around with animation here and exploring what you could do, and it's not necessarily meant to do anything. I think for this card specifically, does this work for the end user? No, we're missing context, but that could be fine because this is usually a pop-up. That's going to be true for most of these since they're pretty much all pop-ups. This one is way easier to understand. So what do I like about this? Well, I was going to say the contrast is really good, but I don't actually think so. So I love using this swipe to accept effect. It makes it so much more clear that this is not just that you actually do need to pay attention. This is not just another like GDPR pop-up. This actually requires you to do something or to pay attention to it, which is very nice. It would be super annoying if it started popping up everywhere. So let's hope this is not going to become a web standard, but who knows? And what else? I think that's about it. What do I not like about? Well, no, wait. I do really love the sliding thing. It just looks like you want to put your finger on it or you want to drag with your mouse. This is a very subtle sort of design, but the lines in the middle of it makes it feel it gives it this um, skeuomorphic sort of vibe to it, even though nothing else is skeuomorphic, which is a really interesting way to make a single element pop. Not sure if this is intentional or not. From the design, it's kind of hard to tell. But if this is intentional, that is absolutely freaking amazing. Definitely something I think I'm going to copy at some point. Just taking a single element and making that thing 3D or skeuomorphic will just make that pop a lot, even though you're not adding contrast to it in any way. What I don't like about this is that the contrasts are a little bit off. So the actual text that I'm supposed to read is less readable than the accept label, which is kind of strange. And the warning triangle is just way too hard. I don't read the warning triangle. I'm just supposed to glance over it. The entire thing should be popping up. So it's just way too strong. On the other hand, does this work for the end user? Absolutely, this is a really good design. This is a good example of like when you don't necessarily like the graphical implementation of something or the graphical design of something, yeah, it fulfills its purpose really well. And the end user is the user. You know, it's up to them and their use case to guide what is actually good or bad in design. So I think this would totally win in a design review, even though it might not look like it's the most polished design. It fulfills its function really well. All right, so third one. This is most definitely just a design exploration. I mean, this whole thing is probably just a design exploration, but this one specifically doesn't really seem to have a purpose. It looks like you're scrolling through a timeline of cards or even days, which is very interesting. It has a list of loading states in it on the Monday, I think it was. Yep. And we have crossed out avatars. But I absolutely love this. I mean, look at how smooth that is. And the card and the text are slightly offset, I think. I think the text actually leaves the screen slightly faster, but it starts at the same time and they stop at the same time. So it looks incredibly smooth. Actually, the scroll in is equally fast. Maybe it looks like it's disappearing faster because the contrast of the day is harder than of the card. So this could just be a visual effect of the contrast itself, but it's really hard to tell. Actually, I want to slow this down even further and let's see. Oh, look at that. Somebody's in the chat. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Hey, Alexander's actually on the stream. This is freaking awesome. Again, sorry if I'm butchering your name. I don't speak any of the Slavic languages, so sorry about that. But nice to meet you. I'm just reviewing your design, trying to learn from it, and figuring out what is good about it, what should I copy, what is bad about it, what should I not copy, and what is does this work for the end user? The most important thing in all design, right? So I'm looking at this one currently, trying to figure out do they exit at the same pace, or is the text or is the day exiting faster than the card? Oh, it's so hard to tell. No, I think they are actually moving exactly in tandem. So they're moving as fast. It's just that the visual weight of the text for the date it's heavier, so it feels like the movement is sharper or faster for me. Alexander, maybe you can confirm. We'll see. We'll see if he pops in with that amount of knowledge or not. So, what is good about this? I absolutely love this part. So the cards look great, the dates look great, the text hierarchy, the visual hierarchy is really good. The cards themselves are nicely designed. There's really nice padding to them. They're very clear, and this ease in and ease out animation is just absolutely freaking excellent. It's super smooth. So love this. Really, really nice. What is bad about this? Well, nothing. The only thing I could say that is bad about this is that it's clearly a design expression. So this wouldn't work for just random user-generated content. If you'd add a bunch of weird stuff to this, it would probably break. But that's true for most design, so I can't really fault anyone for that. Is there anything else? Maybe the icons are a little bit big. Maybe they are a little bit strong here. But this is a really nitpicky detail. Would this work for the end user? Yeah, totally. If I had this to scroll through as a widget on my iPhone, I would love that. Okay, number 4, the to-do list slash wizard thing. Did I pause it? Yeah, I did. All right. Wait, what's happening? There we go. Oh yeah, we're still at mega slow. Let's speed it up to half speed again. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Oh my God. Yes. Yeah. So I love this. This looks absolutely freaking awesome. Okay. So what is good about this? Well, again, really good visual hierarchy. Notice that the top bar that's giving you a progress has a lot of visual weight, but you're still reading the text of the to-do list faster. You're earlier than you're reading the progress bar, which is absolutely freaking cool. Because normally humans tend to read from left to humans tend to read. People in Western countries tend to read left to right, top to bottom. And so I should be reading this as a progress bar, then like completed and then the text. But because of the visual weight of the items in the list, I'm reading that first. So this is really, really, really nice. Love the use of color. It looks really, really cool that the things that you checked off are just so positive and strong in this regard. It's very nice. Also would work for people who are colorblind because of the contrast. So really good stuff there. Yeah, I guess this has to be wizards, as you can't really see the things that you haven't gone through. That's totally fine. It's just an interesting piece of context that you might not have, or that I didn't have when I started looking at this. What else do I like? I love the floating progress bar on top. I love how it sort of eats the scrolling list. So the scrolling list looks almost like a wheel that is like scrolling up surfaces and away surfaces. But in the away surface is below the progress bar. So the progress bar sort of eats the list. And yeah, it looks really cool. Like it gives this a very strange, like super digital vibe because there's like a scrolling surface and then there's another surface above it connected to the scrolling surface beneath it. And you could do this skeuomorphically. This would never work in the real world. And it just gives it this like hardcore digital sort of thing. And I really like that. So what is bad about this? Well, you can click the list. We have little chevrons to the right, but they're really hard to see. Now, this could be effect. This could be an effect of the video encoding. So I don't know if that was strong enough to begin with or not. No clue, but it could be. The drop shadow on the progress bar is also probably a little too strong, at least compared to the elements in the list. So the elements in the list, the circles of the things that you haven't done, and the chevrons to the right, they're so like discrete and so toned out as compared to the drop shadow. The drop shadow feels stronger, and that's super weird. The drop shadow is also like the strongest part of the border-ish shaded area of the floating thing, of the floating bar. And yeah, it's too strong. Now, again, depending on the context, there could be stronger things on the same surface, so this might work out. But just standing alone like this, it's just too strong. What else? Is there anything else? Nope. Nope. I like it. It looks really nice. It looks really, really nice. I'm not sure completed is necessary. It looks nice though, so why not? Does this work for the end user? Definitely yes. Yes, this would be super easy to understand, even though you might not actually use this. This might just be on the side of your screen while you're doing something, but looks really nice, gives you very nice sense of progression, which is a really good way to motivate people to go forwards and give them an idea of how long they're doing something. So really, really love that. I gotta say, Alexander, this is freaking awesome. Well done. Really, really good stuff. I am super impressed. I am definitely going to give you a follow. I recommend everybody else does the same. And yeah, that was it for today. It's all I can learn from this great example of design. We're going to be looking at more great examples of design every day, every work day here around this sort of time. Experimenting a little bit with the format every now and then, but let me know if you think this is good or bad or interesting or whatever. Regardless, see you tomorrow. This was Armchair Safari looking at this animation. Go follow Alexander. Have a good night. Bye bye.